everyone. I hope you all are doing well and focusing on your goals. Our today tutorial session will be regarding the writing module of IELTS, and specifically it would be regarding the bar graph, which is a task 1 of writing module. As you know that in every task 1, in every type of graph, there are 4 paragraphs: introduction, body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and last one is conclusion. Now, here comes the main point, and it is the use of tense. Which tense should be used in bar graph? As we know that it totally depends upon the explanation given in the graph. If the statement given or provided is of present tense, definitely present tense should be used. If it is regarding the past years, then past tense should be used. And if it is about any kind of prediction, estimation, or specifically future years are given, then it would be in future tense. In case of present, maximum sentences are made of present indefinite tense, in which we use subject plus first form of verb plus subject. If the subject is singular, in that case, S or ES must be used with the verb. Then, in the past tense, subject plus second form of verb plus subject is used, and in case of future tense, subject plus would plus first form of verb plus subject is used. Here in future tense, instead of will, would is used. Be very clear with this, because would is used for estimation. Predictive values can be given to you, estimated values, projected values. In that case, would is more appropriate to use instead of will. Will means it's certain about an event or incident, and would is predicting something. Now, the first paragraph of graph, that is introduction. What things should be included in introduction? As the statement is provided above the illustration given, and that statement must be rephrased by a candidate. And in rephrasing, the things which must be included are: first one is name of illustration. For example, the tabular chart. Then, second thing is what it shows. And you need to rephrase it. You can't write the same sentence as it is. That is a question. No, you can't do that. And third one is time period if given. And if there is a name of any city, country, then you have to include that too. Means introduction must be full-fledged, providing the information about the illustration that is being given to you. Now, how to write introduction? As I have already mentioned to you, that name of graph should be there, what it shows, and then time duration or name of the place if it is given. There are some common words which are always used, or which are used in the maximum graph. For example, number of people. Instead of number, you can write count of people. Population, number of people. Populace, people residing there. Survey conducted, research carried out, you can say. So these type of words can be used in the place of like survey, population, number. If in question the time duration is given like from 1990 to 1996, you can write between 1990 and 1996. Even you can mention within the duration of this much years, this many years. Then here is an example of a bar graph, where the statement is the bar graph shows the information about the percentage of men and women who participated in leisure activities from 1990 to 1996. Here is the introduction in the rephrased manner. The bar graph depicts the proportion of males and females who took part in free time activities during 6-year period between 1990 and 1996. The rephrasing has been done in the same manner as I have told you in the previous slide. So be very careful while rephrasing the statement, because the tense should be very clear and should be according to the illustration given. Now, one thing that need to be taken care is, you can't write the given bar graph, the provided bar graph, because here we need to prepare one lecture where nothing is provided to you. You are just noting it down. So, given, provided, these words must be excluded while writing introduction. Let's talk about body paragraphs. In body paragraphs, explanation is provided of the illustration, means facts and figures which are given to a candidate. Those must be included in the body paragraphs. They should not be introduction, not be in conclusion. Be very clear with this. Means the whole information, explanation of the information must be in the body paragraphs. Now, how to divide the information between two paragraphs? It totally depends upon you, totally depends upon the illustration given and the explanation that you are providing. For example, in this bar graph, 4 years are there, means you can separate, you can divide the information to years 1990 and 1992 in body paragraph 1, remaining 2 in body paragraph 2. If there are 5 years, then you can divide accordingly, like 3 in body paragraph 1 and 2 in body paragraph 2. But if the explanation of 2 is more, then only 2 can be included in body paragraph 1 and remaining 3 can be in body paragraph 2. Actually, here the fact is, there must be uniformity in the length of paragraphs. For example, if body paragraph 1 is of 7 to 8 lines, then body paragraph 2 can be of 6 to 7 lines. It shouldn't be like that, that body paragraph 1 is of 8 lines and body paragraph can be of 4 lines. No, there is no uniformity in the length of the paragraphs then. Then it will definitely put negative impact. So these things should be taken care of. Here are some sentences regarding this example. The first one is, proportion of men and women who took part in leisure activities was 10 and 20 respectively in 1990. Or this sentence can be written like this. The first thing to note that the participation difference was the highest in 1990 as more women were interested in leisure activities. Or 10% men and 20% women took part in free time activities. These three sentences are given just to show you the variation in the sentences, because it is very important to bring variation in sentence formation. You can't frame each and every sentence similar. There must be variations. It definitely puts positive impact. It shows that you are having good command in English. You can bring variations, different sentences you can frame. Then another sentence is, almost equal proportion of males and females was found participating in leisure activities during 1992. Then there are two sentences of body paragraph 2 where the data of 1994 and 1996 is given. In 1996, a significant proportion of men and women was seen taking part in such activities, and it was 25 and 28 orderly. Now, here is another type of sentence which can be written with the help of orderly. What it means? In case of orderly, you can also write respectively, which means if two things are given in the sentence, then values of those two things can be given at the last by using orderly, which signifies that the first value is of first thing and second value is of second thing. Here, men were having the proportion of 25 and women were having the proportion of 28. That's why it is written here orderly, or you can write respectively too. Then it may be pointed out that in 1994, participation of men in leisure activities increased for the first time, and participation of men was 5% more than that of the proportion of females. Now, is another type of sentence that can be used by making increased or decreased. There are several synonyms of increased and decreased, which can be told later to you in the next session. Here are just the explanations of the graph that how it can be written. So these types of sentences can be made. Then we are moving to conclusion. Few things should be very clear while writing conclusion. The first one is don't repeat information. You can't repeat it. Definitely, it will be like the repetition of your explanation. So we can't do that definitely. No numerical data should be there. Means you can't write the percentage of men and women here. In case of this example, you can just write maximum men or maximum women were interested in doing these activities like this, or you can even write the trend here. For example, here it is written, increasing trend was noticed in the participation of males. However, fluctuations were seen in the percentage of women in the given time period. Means the trends can be included in the conclusion, but not the numerical data, not the figures. How the conclusion can be started? It can be started with the overall, or hence, or thus. These three connectors, any one from these three connectors can be used to start the conclusion, can be used while starting body paragraph 2. So these are some tips to write bar graph. In case of any query, you can ask and you can comment for these. Thank you very much.